it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans, and today I'm going to be filming a plan with me in my B6. I'm really excited. This is my first time filming a plan with me in here. The setup for this is linked down below, but this is a sugar cotton candy that I had picked up on the Buy Sell Trade group, and I absolutely love this. It's such a beautiful color. So the inserts that I've been using are from Jesenia's printables. It is a week on 4 pages, and it is the same width as the Erin Condren. This is where I do like most of my listing and to-dos, and it did replace my bullet journal when I went on maternity leave, along with like some more custom-y stuff that I put in as well. So I'm going to pop the insert out and we can get started. Okay, so I am going to be planning for the week of Monday the 21st through Sunday the 27th, and I am going to be using leftovers from the March mystery kit from Scribble Prints Co. So here was my finished Erin Condren spread. This was a mystery kit, so I have a ton of extras with this. So I have like 3 regular full boxes left, plus like all of these fashion girls left. So that's really great. Then here is what else I have left from the kit. So I have an assortment of deco, a ton of icons. I have glitter headers, you know, a little bit of functional stuff left, so a 3-heart checklist, a weekly ombre. So I have like a really solid amount from this kit left, so I shouldn't have to bring in too much else. I even have some washi left because I cut down the washi. I even have another full box, so there's like a ton of left. And I've been really obsessed with using kit leftovers in my B6 as like a great way to use extra stickers. And the Scribble Prints Co kits, especially the mystery kits, are, you know, really easy to do that work. And I actually even have like all this stuff left. So tossing it over to the voiceover, and I am going to get started with the foundation of my spread. I'm going to use the date covers that I had left from the kit, and that cut down bottom washi will fit like nicely on the bottom there as well. So the way I use this is this, like I said, it replaced my bullet journal when I went on maternity leave. I've been using this probably for about 6 weeks and like comfortably for 3 or 4 weeks at this point. So I felt good enough to shoot a plan with me in here, although I still like get a little more tripped up than I do in my Erin Condren with how I want to put stuff down, etc. And I do like have to do like a little bit of cutting. And the biggest thing that I find challenging about using kit leftovers is like the colorway and trying to keep the colors like nice and mixed up. A lot of times I'll have, you know, if there was a color I didn't like as much, I'll have like a lot of one color left. So I just try and keep it all mixed up. And then what I try to do with this is have very little overlap with my Erin Condren. There is like a little bit of overlap, but it's pretty minimal, and because for me that it needs to be functional, and I don't want to just like repeat the same thing over and over in 2 planners. So on the sidebar here, you do have like all of the space for listing in the back. So on the sidebar here, what I've been doing is a Happy Mail tracker. So I just put a little things header down for that because there wasn't a Happy Mail one, and then a weekly ombre, and then that I'll write down like packages I'm expecting. And then I am going to use 2 habit trackers in here. I think one ended up overlapping with what I used in my Erin Condren this week, and the other one was different. So then I can have 4 habits that I'm tracking and still have space. And then I just put a little bit of deco at the bottom because I didn't have quite enough space for my buy list, which I've sometimes been putting there as well. Then I don't use a full box every day in this because sometimes I need like the full amount of space to do, you know, sort of my listing. So I just kind of evaluate that based on what it looks like the day is shaping up to be. So I do use a ombre heart checklist every day, and on Wednesday and Friday I cut it down into a 3-heart checklist because on those days my nanny doesn't come, so I'm home with both my kids all day or taking them to their activities, etc., or my daughter's activities. My newborn doesn't really have any activities. So I don't have like as much time to sort of get stuff done. So I only give myself 3 to-dos for those days as opposed to 5 for the other days. So I do mark in here like any events or classes or whatever I know in advance, but I don't like if we go and do something, I don't like go and add it back into this the way I do in my Erin Condren, which is like sort of like a pre-plan, plan as you go, and memory keeper all in one. This is really just like a pre-plan and listing. So I get this like all filled out for the week in advance, but then except for like the to-do lists and like the checklists, etc. Those I add in every day. I sit down with this at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, and I like make my list for that day or the next day. So this is very much how I used my bullet journal, my larger bullet journal, if you saw my Plan As You Go series, or my bullet journal flip-throughs, except for that it's in the B6 and there are no work to-dos because I am on maternity leave. So I'm putting down today headers to just like separate it out, and I'm leaving space to like mark one or two things down depending on, Wednesday and Friday I have space for two, and on the other days I have space for one. I saw Holly from Holly Plans does this, and I really liked how it works or how it looks. So I decided so I've been doing that as well. And it's nice to have like an extra sort of like reminder or big to do that I can list out separately with like an icon or something. Now for those icons, Tuesday I'm going to mark down that it is trash day and recycling. Our recycling is only every other week. I will go ahead and move that icon to the other side. I just was like kind of getting situated with what I was doing. And then on Thursday, I needed to remember that swim is at a new time and that I owe money for the month of May. So I just marked that down. And then on Friday, marking down that our cleaning people are coming and that also both of our like regular Friday activities are canceled. So I need to like think of something to do so that I'm not trapped at home with both my kids all day long with no planned activities, which just is a recipe for disaster and a cranky 2-year-old. So anyway, got to think of some things or make some plans, etc. On Wednesday, we're having a play date at our house because the library is closed this week. So just marking in a reminder for that. Then I'm going to go day by day, but start with Thursday just because I have a really busy day on Thursday and I was just thinking about it. So on Thursday, we do have swim class. It is at a new time. And then my husband has a dentist appointment, so got to remind him about that. Then I also usually do filming on Thursdays, so I'll just put film in my Iron Quadrant, but here's like where I'll actually break down what I need to film. So I'm marking that down, leaving myself a little checklist, and then on Wednesday or Thursday morning, I'll make that list. Then as well, my husband has a happy hour Thursday night, so just leaving myself a reminder about that. So then switching over to Monday, I actually also needed to do some filming on Monday this week. I was just a little bit behind. And then as well, I need to take some photos for Instagram. Making a laundry list for the day as well because I didn't get like any loads done on Sunday. And then putting down a glitter box to mark that I wanted to do a workout. I just have been looking at the schedule on Tone It Up every week and deciding like which strength ones I want to do. So then on Tuesday, I am going to run errands while my nanny is here, so just marking that down. And as well, I'm marking down a workout for that day, and I didn't have a lot going on Tuesday, so I wanted to fit in that full box as well. So then on Wednesday, that is the day that I actually usually do laundry, and even though I just did it on Monday, welcome to life with 2 kids, I will certainly have enough to do on Wednesday again. And then I'm going to do another 3-heart checklist for that with all of the dinos are from Scribble Prints Co as well. And then my video will go up, this video actually will go up on Wednesday. So I am marking that down. And then I wasn't sure what else I needed to put there and I didn't have space for a full box. So I left that blank. So then on Friday, oh my gosh, is there so much for sale on Friday. It is the PBC sale. SPC is re-releasing the brunch kit and pen gems. So I was leaving myself a buy list just for Friday, and I will add another buy list on the next page for like the non-Friday stuff. Basically, the wallet is going to be hurting this week. There's just too much stuff that is too good to pass up. So on Friday, I also wanted to do another workout, and then I flipped over to the back of this page to do Saturday and Sunday, starting with sort of the basics, and then on the weekend just leaving myself like little 3-heart checklists. Sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't. We are going to be having people over on Sunday, so I figured I would want little checklists on both days, so I'm using these little flag ones that I cut down instead of the ombres. And then on the weekend, instead of using bottom washi, I am going to put full boxes on both days. I just tend to not need as much, space on the weekends as I do during the week. So then anyway, on Sunday, my regular plan with me and my Erin Cadron will go up. So again, using one of those like scripty labels for that. The nice thing about the weekend being on a different page is you can use like different options if you want, especially helpful for kit leftovers because sometimes I don't have like enough of one item. Anyway, as I mentioned on Sunday, we are having people over for a Memorial Day weekend barbecue, so I'm putting a half box down for that. Then I'm going to use that yellow flag for I want to do a workout on Saturday, and then as well I need to like paint my nails and I want to do my hair on Saturday so that it looks nice for the party or semi-party that we're having. And we will also need to go grocery shopping as well. So I'm just adding in some like scribblers and deco for that. That blow dryer is from Hello Petite Paper. And then on Sunday, I was going to leave myself a prep list for the party. All just like the different stuff we will have to get done to have people over and feed them. So then on Saturday, I didn't have anything else. So I was just adding in a little bit of deco in between the full box and the label. So then on this side is where I do like this side, and the other page is like all my listing. So I'm putting a full box up at the top, and then I turn this section into like a list for next week. It's always helpful to have like a list of things that you need to remember to take over to your next week in the planner. So I'm using another ombre checklist for that, and then I'm going to break it up with a little bit of washi because the label I wanted to use was also yellow, and I just had like a lot of I was going to use some of that pink washi because that was all I had left. So anyway, just trying to split up the colors a little bit, and then I'm giving myself another like to buy list or Etsy. I'm using Etsy, and in case there's any other non-Friday or non-PBC stuff that is coming down that I want to pick up. Most notably the K & Co XOXO restock, which is on Wednesday. And so then I didn't really like the spacing. I just had like a little bit too much space. So I was just like adjusting it so the white space was more like evenly distributed and it could still end at the same point as my full boxes ended. So then on the other side, I like to just, use headers over like these lists, and then that 3-1 I do use for like my top 3 things of the week. The one when I use little things, that's actually like a checklist of things I need to tell my husband or want him to do. And then I have a to-do list, and then under this week, that'll be my sort of notes section. So very much the same as how I did my bullet journal, except for just in here and, I just making the headers work. So then I decided to use some of this Simply Gilded washi at the bottom. This is the Preppy Bows that just came out. My haul for that hasn't even gone up yet. And then I went back to the other page to just finish out the rest of the week. So I decided to just cut up a full box to finish up Wednesday and Friday with that space. So I just cut that one like a little bit unevenly, and then actually I made a hot mess of the full box on Wednesday, and I ended up putting some deco over it, and I don't really like the way it looks, but it's okay. It's not too terrible. I'm also just gonna sort of scatter the deco around the rest of like the list. Holly from Holly Plans usually does this, and that's where I got it from. Probably heard me mention her a million times before because she is sort of my favorite YouTube plan with me person. So I just really like the way that looked, and I think it's pretty cute. And then I get to use up the rest of this deco that was with the kit, which I didn't have like a ton of left, but enough to just sort of make it pretty. I'm just going to flip it back over and add in that last piece of deco on that full box. So I just kind of like covered that one up, and it actually doesn't look that bad. Like I don't even notice it unless I'm like really focusing on it. It's not my favorite thing I've ever done or anything. And then on Wednesday, I still had that one space left at the top, and I decided to mark down that I needed to call this one friend and catch up with her. I wasn't actually sure what day that was going to be on, but I had space for it on Wednesday. Ended up talking to her on Monday or today, but that's okay. Just wanted to make sure I had that in there somewhere to do. Then I'm just going to put a little bit of washi underneath that to break up those darker pink colors. And I had like one little piece of washi left. And then that is everything. So I am going to pop the insert back into my planner, and we can take a final look before I turn off the camera and get everything filled out. Okay, so that's everything all filled out. I also added my date dots in, which I had forgot before. I think this looks super cute, and as I go through the week, I will like add to my happy mail list when I know more things and do all of my like day-to-day listing as things go on. If you've seen my Plan As You Go series, which was when I was still in my larger bullet journal, but it works pretty much the same way, except for it's all like household and filming things because I am currently on maternity leave from work. But so here is the second page. I'm gonna put my clip back on the second page. I don't know why, I just like to sometimes I just like it on the second page. And then as well, I have this absolutely gorgeous Studio Signet bookmark. I am so obsessed with these. I can't wait to get some more during the PBC sale. This is an Initials Charms in rose gold, and I am gonna end this. The strap is pearl, and I love this color, although I do feel like I'm getting it kind of dirty. But anyway, so I'm just going to loop that there for quick access. So I'm going to show you what I have left from the kit. This is one of those vellum pocket folders that I made myself, and that's where I keep my stickers. So remember that at the beginning of this I did show my original spread and my Erin Codron with this. So I do have, you know, a selection of fashion girls left, some headers. I used pretty much all the washi. I have just like a tiny piece. I used pretty much all of the ombre heart checklists. I have like a little scraps, but I really have been loving using extras in my B6 because then I feel like I get to use so much more of these kits. I mean, honestly, Scribble Prints Co kits are so huge, so I still have even like more extra stuff. Oh, I didn't put down a weekend banner. I don't have space for it this week, but if I had a less busy week, we are having people over, so my weekend is a little bit busy, I would probably do that. So that is actually some of the bottom washi that's left, more fashion girls, and I do have a number of little things left. So then if I have another kit that like coordinates with this color set and I need more glitter headers, obviously you can always use anytime. So I do save all of this stuff and keep on using it. So I did all my rating in my Pigma Micron 05. I honestly, I like how pretty gel pens are and how pretty some of like the decorative pens are. And I do have this one that came in this Simply Gilded April box, which I used a lot of that stuff in this setup in here, but I just like the way a fine liner writes a little bit better. So while I'm in my office, I tend to use a fine liner, but on the go, I do have this gel pen, and for the pen gems as well, I do the inserts with the gel pen to make that. So I am gonna get this all closed up. So I'm gonna pop my stickers back in the back here. This is where I keep them. And that's everything. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of the B6 plan with me. If you want me to keep doing these, I am happy to keep doing them. Definitely check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans for more pictures of all of my spreads and traveler notebook goodness. I have a lot of traveler notebook goodness coming your way soon. And definitely subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.